Well, hello everybody. Hello YouTubers. Anyway, as you can see kind of behind me here, we came out and you can see the bike here. We came out and we basically got to do a camping tonight because the road trek, as you've seen in the last video, is gone. And I just checking here, I had to tighten up my crankcase. A little nut on the crankcase was dripping just a little bit today, so I tightened that up and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna make camp here. I'm trying to think where in the heck we're gonna put the tent. I think right over here, right over in this side here. Looks pretty decent in here. And I'm gonna get kind of get the tent set up. I got a couple of beers. I'm gonna have those, but we're gonna, it's gonna do some camping out, I guess, for a while until I figure out what's up. We've got 3 weeks and then we're gonna take off. It's gonna be a little rough, but we'll try to make it work. So I'm gonna get some of this stuff going and we'll film some more of it here. So peace out. We'll see you in a bit. So it took 10 minutes or so. We got the fire going. We've got the little tent up, not like I said, nothing fancy. Just got our stuff in here. We can watch a movie in here. Having me a Labatt's Blue, because I do like Labatt's Blue, but anyway, show you one of my little Boy Scout tricks. I was never in the Boy Scouts, but we did a ton of camping when I was younger. So you stick a dead tree or a piece in a crotch of a tree and you break it off by using the leverage. And I don't have my tripod, so I can't do too much. And even when you get it down to this, if you're a big enough dude, you can damn near bust it one more time. So this is perfect. We'll try and get a couple bigger pieces. Mostly that's all I really got the fire going for. Mostly was to drive away the mosquitoes. It's real dead calm in here, so the mosquitoes are out. So we'll just get a little fire going here. We'll kill a little bit more. It gets a little darker. A little bit darker out. Let me pop my screen around and I can see if I'm in focus or I'm actually, let's see if we can focus this. And we can get it tuned in. So anyway, it's going to work out really good. I'll see if I can find a little bit more wood and try to keep this going for at least an hour and have a couple of my beers. And this is a nice place. I've camped here many times throughout my life. I actually, in this area or in this part of the woods, Lake Michigan is just down this way, just a couple miles. I actually spent 8 months out here camping one time. I was working and I had a trade. I had a camper, actually. I had a camper on a big 3/4 ton truck. And I spent 8 months out here camping from like April, May, right, I guess May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, right about 7-8 months. And ended up, bow hunting out here. Those were back in the days when we didn't do any of this video stuff or YouTube stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff that, would be neat to been able to put up. I've done so much from 15 to 30 years of age that we just didn't have, all this stuff, social media and YouTube and all this stuff. So, but anyway, I'm going to try and bust up some more of this wood. And you won't be able to see too much of it, but we'll video some more stuff once we get the fire going here decent, where I can kind of settle down and we can do a little sit and chat. And I want to go over leaving here. What's the plan? Where am I headed? What am I going to do? What am I, we all know I'm heading to the farm to work in the farm for a little while in October, but I'm going to have about a month to go travel and kind of, bum around a little bit. So I'll fill you in on those plans. So we've got a decent little fire going, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me. Kind of a little bit of distance away, but it is quiet. I can bump up the levels a little bit. So the plan is, what do we do when we take off out of here? I kind of was thinking the first weekend in September, right after Labor Day, is the Wheatland Festival, and that's about 60 miles from here. And I've gone to it 3 times, and I'd like to go to it again. And it'd be fun to go over and go to it with the bike. So that might happen. And then from there, we'll work our way down to southern Michigan. I figured I'd probably stop at my aunt's and spend one night there, down around Lake Erie, on around over by the Erie Canal, work our way across there, just because that's kind of some nice turf. And there's some nice people along there when I did the sailboat trip with the Catalina. They were very, very nice little towns, very cool. And then when we get over to the Hudson area, I'd like to visit some things through there, be up in the Catskills, maybe fish a little bit of the rivers and stuff for some brook trout. I want to go to Wallkill, where Woodstock was held. I want to definitely go see that. And probably just check out a few more, maybe get over to the coast, I don't know, maybe check that out. And then it's kind of work, bump our way back down to get down to the farm in just outside of Philadelphia for the 1st of October, and then I'll probably be working there on the farm to make a little bit more cash for the travels. And then from there, there's some things I want to see. Washington, D.C., I want to see the wall, the Vietnam Wall. I want to go to Arlington, see the what is it, the graves of the unknown, or the unnamed soldiers and all that stuff. I'd like to see that. Of course, the White House and Washington Monument and some of that stuff. Maybe the Smithsonian, I don't know. So that's kind of some of the stuff, and then continue down Nags Head, Kitty Hawk, some of that stuff. Probably go through Wilmington again because I loved it so much, and Southport. So that's kind of the thing, and then on down to the Keys, of course. And but that's kind of part of it. I'm still very, very interested in a possible KLR. I actually had a guy that was going to trade me a KLR for the Harley Sportster, but it had a lot of miles on it, and I didn't want to attempt it. I just felt it wasn't. I just didn't think it was in that good a shape, so I turned that down. I think he wanted $2,700 for it, and you guys know that I paid about the same for the bike, $2,700. So I think is what I paid, but I did put a little bit of money into it, which to have the rocker box gaskets changed out. That was $400, so I kind of got $3,100 kind of into the bike, or wrapped into the bike in a way. So. But I did put out 3 more feelers for a possible trade for 3 nice KLRs. And, I just get a lot of comments, and a lot of people refer saying, Wayne, you'd be so much more on the KLR because you're out in the woods, you're off the beaten path. I don't ever plan on hitting any expressways at all. It's going to be all 2-lane roads and the backyard of America, I guess, is kind of the way I'm kind of putting it. So that's kind of the plan, but. It's getting a little bit darker, out. You can definitely see it's getting right down there. But fire's kicking up a little smoke, which is helping because it's getting rid of the damn mosquitoes. And we're getting ready to crawl in the old tent a little bit. We'll wait a little bit more here, finish this beer, and then we'll have one more inside. But the cool thing about it is so many people spend so much of their lives to do some of this stuff that I've been doing. They'll work 30-40 years to get to do some of this stuff, and I've been doing it ever since I'm 20 years old. I mean, I've worked a lot in certain portions of my time in life because I had to. I mean, I work to live. I don't live to work. I've always worked to be able to live. That's my motto when it comes to things. I've got a couple friends that like to do the same thing. But so hey, it's a good life. If you can stay healthy and enjoy it and make a few dollars and do your thing. That's, you know, to me, that's the key. So, okay, guys, we are kicking it in the tent. I'll try and get this, you know, as I say, I've only got the one light here right now. I've got to get on Amazon and order a bunch of stuff. As I said, I got to order Lucy, which is a solar-powered light that will light up in here. I've got my one light in here, and I should pull it out, but like I said, it's hard to get all this stuff set up. I'm trying to even think where it is. It's in my pack, and it kind of pulls down. Hang on a minute. I'm going to cut this off real quick and find my other little light and see how that thing works. Oh yeah, that is so much better. Anyway, this might kind of blind you guys. I don't know. Anyway, that's the little Coleman Light. What it does is it kind of pulls down and then creates a light, and it light. I love it. And I paid like $5 for it. It's really, really sweet. And like I said, if you go into, and I got it at Walmart, of course, but it's a little Coleman thing, and it's like a pencil light, and then you can pull it down and then it shines out. And that's kind of what Lucy does, the little solar light, which that's the biggest thing I like about Lucy, is it is a solar light. So anyway, I am going to finish my other beer, and I'm going to kick my laptop on and probably watch a movie on it, and I probably will watch Into the Wild again or something, or one of my adventure movies. I've got a little thumb drive, and I've got about 10 movies on there or something, so I'll probably watch that, and it just, you know, kind of kills off that, and I'll probably read my Kindle. I'm reading Life of Adventure is the book I'm reading on Kindle. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to go and try and find another spot for camping that's closer in town, because this one's too far away. This was about probably 15 miles, maybe 17 miles from town. It's just too far out to come back out, come out here and run on a regular basis. It's nice. I like it out here. It's great, but it's just too far. So we're going to try and find something close to town. Maybe tomorrow that'll be the next video, is we'll do some scouting around and see what we can do. I do have a place. I'm going to check into with the fair. The fairgrounds has a nice little campground in the back, and the fair's coming up. I actually wanted to work the fair a little bit, see if I could make a couple extra $100 to help pay for a couple extra things that I need for the bike. Or, you know, I'll order a better tent. This is nothing fancy, but until I find a really nice tent that I like, this will work just fine. So maybe we'll check with them. Might be $10 a night. I could stay right at the fair, which is right in there. And I hate to say it, but the fairgrounds has internet, which is really kind of cool. So you could use that. And they also have electric, and I don't know if they have showers, but they do have the restrooms there and stuff. But if I could get that for $10 a night in the back part of the fairgrounds, you know, campground thing, there's nobody in there at this point tonight. And I almost went there, but I didn't want to get rousted and kicked out later, or something like that. So, you know, I didn't want to take the chance. And you can't have a bonfire or anything like that. So I just shot out here. It cost me $3 to come out here and back, you know, with the bike getting 50 miles, almost 60 miles a gallon. So, all right, I'm going to kick on a movie here and polish off this beer. We will catch up with you guys a little later. Peace. Hey, YouTubers, what's up? Oh, man. It's morning, and I'm going to get up, pick up camp and stuff, and get going. I got a couple things to do for my dad this morning, and maybe I'll try and get this video up, and then it's taken off and try and go and get a luggage rack for the back of the Harley, see if we can find one and whatnot. So I think it's a pretty nice day out again. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. And my battery's running dead, so I am going to cut this off and pick up camp and get going. Peace out, guys.